The Nile Delta sink under raging floods? What threat looms over thousands of families in Menufia and Beira? Is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam the sword hanging over Egypt and Sudan? Welcome to our exclusive report, diving deep into the water crisis shaking the region. If you're seeking the full truth and precise analysis, don't miss subscribing to our YouTube and Telegram channels to get every update instantly. Subscribe now and hit the bell to stay in the loop. The official warning: Egyptian PM Mustafa Madbouli sounds the alarm. In a shocking statement delivered during a government meeting on October 2, 2025, Egyptian Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli warned of the imminent flooding of Nile riverbank lands in Menufia and Beira governorates in the coming weeks. Describing these areas as an integral part of the Nile's waterway, Madbouli cautioned encroachers, whether through seasonal farming or informal settlements, about the risk of complete submersion. He stressed that any presence in these zones constitutes illegal encroachment, and the government will be compelled to take decisive measures to address the flooding. This warning comes amid forecasts of a 20% surge in Nile water levels above normal until the end of October, potentially causing significant agricultural and humanitarian losses if guidelines are not followed. Regional context: Sudan's floods and the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD. The story begins in Sudan, where devastating floods have swept through northern states like Gezira and Blue Nile, submerging thousands of hectares of farmland and displacing tens of thousands of residents. According to official Sudanese reports, the GERD has released over 5 billion cubic meters of water in recent weeks, a unilateral move without coordination with downstream nations, Egypt and Sudan. Egypt has directly accused Ethiopia of causing these floods through uncoordinated water releases, emphasizing that the absence of joint dam management threatens the region's water security. Renowned geologist Dr. Abbas Sharaki from Cairo University confirmed that the GERD has increased pressure on the Blue Nile, causing excess water to flow southward into Sudan and now toward Egypt. In a joint response, Egypt and Sudan reaffirmed their unified stance regarding the dam, demanding urgent negotiations under the African Union or United Nations to ensure coordinated water release mechanisms. Madbouli described the situation as a harsh lesson, exposing the dangers of Ethiopia's uncoordinated actions, noting that Sudan has lost over 100,000 acres of farmland, while Egypt now faces escalating water inflows. Impact on Egypt: threatened areas and expected risks. The Nile riverbank lands are located in the Nile Delta, encompassing low-lying areas along the river's main course, including villages and farms in Menufia, for example Shibin El Kom and Kwesna, and Beira, for example Damanoa and Edku. Spanning approximately 50,000 acres, these lands rely on seasonal agriculture as a livelihood for millions of farmers. According to the Ministry of Water Resources, water levels could rise to 8.5 meters in Cairo, potentially flooding up to 30% of these areas, resulting in agricultural losses, destruction of wheat and rice crops, with preliminary estimates of 2 billion EGP in damages. Humanitarian risks: temporary displacement of 20,000 people, with risks of collapsing informal housing and the spread of waterborne diseases like malaria. Environmental impacts: pollution of canals with sludge, though flooding could also improve water quality through flushing. Nevertheless, authorities emphasized that the High Aswan Dam, with a capacity of 162 billion cubic meters, serves as a protective shield, reducing the flood severity compared to Sudan. Government response: a proactive plan to confront the crisis. The Egyptian government is not leaving matters to chance. Madbouli issued urgent directives to governors to notify residents immediately, with warnings disseminated through media and mosques. The proactive plan includes increased water release, raising the High Aswan Dam's discharge rate to 1.5 billion cubic meters daily to alleviate pressure, monitored by 50 gauging stations. Farmer support, pumping additional water into canals for irrigation, distributing new seeds, and providing compensation of up to 10,000 EGP per affected acre. Regional coordination, diplomatic engagements with Sudan to exchange data, and a call for an emergency Nile Basin Committee meeting. Security preparations, deploying civil defense forces in threatened areas with rapid evacuation plans in place. Madbouli affirmed that Egypt is on the right track, stressing that this crisis is an opportunity to enhance water sustainability. Conclusion: between challenge and opportunity, amid regional tensions over the GERD, Egypt's warning underscores the urgent need for international cooperation to manage the Nile, the lifeblood of 300 million people. Will Egypt's plans avert disaster, or is this the prelude to larger crises? We'll keep tracking developments closely. Thank you for following this detailed report. For more exclusive analyses and breaking news, subscribe to our YouTube and Telegram channels now. Don't miss out, subscribe, and share this report with your friends.